everyone, myself Pooja Shoran, and welcome to another season of Level Up IAS podcast. UPSC Civil Services ka exam is one of the most prestigious and competitive exams in India. Lakhs and lakhs of students they appear in this exam, but only thousands are able to make it to the list. Iska matlab kya hai? Are the others, they are not intelligent enough to do well in their career? Are they not hardworking enough? That's not true. That is why we are coming up with a new set of series that will be, of course, talking about UPSC CSC, but will also talk about the life beyond and career beyond UPSC Civil Services exam. As soon as a student gets out of the school, बहुत सारे advices और बहुत guidance मिलने लगती है. Somebody gives them this career advice, कोई कुछ और career के बारे में बात करता है. But nobody talks about all the probable options that they have. So to give you that clarity today, we have someone with us who has mentored thousands of students from different fields, like from academia, from corporate sector, from banking sector, and from different other sectors. Today we have with me who is an author, who has been a professor in IIT Roorkee for almost 20 years, who has been a visiting faculty also in different universities and colleges, who is an ex-UPSC interview panelist also. Today we have Professor Vinay Kumar Nangia sir with us today. Sir, I welcome you again on the podcast, and it's truly been a privilege for me to have you here again. How do you feel, sir?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for giving me chance once again. Thank you.
Sir, it is not about chance, but it is our privilege actually. मतलब last interview जो हमारा last podcast हुआ था, उसमें काफ़ी students I got call and messages from aspirants कि उनको बहुत help मिला उस podcast को देखने के बाद. Some of them even gave their interviews अभी. तो it was really very helpful. So they wanted me to talk about the other things also. That is why I picked up this thing. I had conversation with the students who have just appeared in 12th exams, जो colleges में भी हैं. मेरी सबसे बात हुई और जो questions आज मैं आपसे पूछने वाली हूँ, ये मेरे questions कम हैं और उनके questions ज़्यादा हैं. So they are their queries, and your experience, it's far beyond UPSC. We are beginning a new set of series, Life Beyond UPSC and the Career Beyond UPSC. So starting with first question, I would say question, क्योंकि ये question मुझसे पूछा गया कि आप आज के टाइम पर we are in the almost end of the first quarter of this 21st century. अभी के बारे में जो जितने भी कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम्स में बच्चे बैठने वाले हैं या जो भी करियर ऑप्ट करने वाले हैं, वो ऑफ कोर्स जेनजीज होंगे ज़्यादातर. तो इस चेंजिंग टाइम पे करियर ऑप्शन को लेकर उनके दिमाग में बहुत डाउट्स हैं. तो सबसे पहले क्या फैक्टर उनको कंसीडर करना चाहिए अपनी लाइफ में किसी भी करियर को चुनने से पहले, उनको और पेरेंट्स को भी?
आपने जेन जी बोला था तो मुझको याद आया जेन अल्फा बोलते हैं आजकल. और जेन अल्फा में एक नया टर्म आया, स्नोफ्लेक generation.
I have no idea about
And
that.
snowflake generation means those who do not have patience. So it's very interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Now coming back to what you were talking, let me share slightly differently. In 1970, when I was a student, there were 5 best jobs available in the country. First, again, UPSC Civil Service, becoming IAS officer.
Yes.
Second, Defense Forces, Indian Army, Indian Navy, Air Force. Second. Third, State Bank of India probationary officer.
Mhm.
Fourth was Hindustan Lever or HUL or Lever Brothers or Unilever, whatever names have been changing. And fifth was ITC. And after 50 years in 2020, I was delivering a talk. So I had to tell that those 5 still remains relevant and the same old. The only difference which has come now is that time Google was not there. That time Microsoft was not there.
Yeah.
That time artificial intelligence was not there.
So,
that time going outside of India for higher education was not easy. That time MNC jobs were limited. So today lots and lots of opportunities have cropped up in addition to those 5 which were good and continue to remain good. So one perspective is certain organizations are good to work for. So that is why I talked about those 5 organizations.
So according to you, अभी के टाइम पे promising career क्या होना चाहिए उनके लिए, क्या क्या ऑप्शंस होने चाहिए? Because you talked about all these options जो बहुत पहले से चलते आ रहे हैं. जो मैं पूछना भी चाह रही थी कि जो ट्रेडिशनल जॉब्स हैं हमारी, बीइंग इंजीनियर, टीचर, बैंकिंग सेक्टर में, यूपीएससी ऑफ कोर्स, सीए बनना, और ये अभी हम देख रहे हैं धीरे धीरे समवेयर आई एम नोटिसिंग कि इंक्लिनेशन इनकी टुवर्ड्स कम है और बाकी चीज़ों की टुवर्ड्स ज़्यादा बढ़ता जा रहा है इस पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम में.
मैं आपको एक इंसिडेंट सुनाता हूँ. I had a girl student doing BTech in biotechnology in IIT Roorkee. आई थिंक 2009-2013 बैच की थी वो. And she came to meet me in 2013 telling that she has got calls from all IIMs. She was talking to me on the road and she said, but I am wondering, why should I do MBA? I said, if you don't know why should you do MBA, why are you talking to me? She said, no, I want to have serious discussion. I brought her home and we started talking. She said, which is the best career one can ever think of? तो आपने सवाल पूछा तो मैं उस कॉन्टेक्स्ट में बता रहा हूँ.
Yes.
उसने मेरे से पूछा सबसे अच्छा करियर दुनिया में क्या हो सकता है. मैंने कहा प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ अमेरिका बन जाओ. तो वो भी हंसी जैसे आप हंसे. और उसके बाद मैंने कहा दैट वाज इन द लाइटर वेन, बट इफ यू बिकम ए प्रोफेसर इन हार्वर्ड बिजनेस स्कूल, द स्टार्टिंग सैलरी इज $350,000. एंड इफ योर स्पाउस इज ऑल्सो a professor in Harvard Business School, that is doubled. And this is only one income, which is salary. Your consultancy is separate. And then you start in Microsoft or Oracle or whatever companies from the top because you are a board member. Otherwise, you start from the bottom. So that is the difference. So anyway, this is in the lighter vein. I'm telling you that the choices of the careers are aplenty now. So come back to your point. One has to think, you want to live in India, you want to live outside of India. You want to work in a government setup or you want to work in a non-government setup. You want to work for corporate or you want to work for non-corporate. In corporate, you want to work for MNC or you want to work for Indian company. In Indian company, you want to work for a family business or a non-family business. Or you want to work for an NGO. You want to work for policy matters. You want to work for research. You want to be an academician. So there are plethora of choices available today which were not available earlier. So it's a matter of choice. That's one dimension which you are seeing, which is availability of jobs. The other dimension is disappearance of jobs in next 10 years because of AI. So one should keep one's eyes open to see that you're not picking up a wrong career which will disappear soonest. I give you an example of content creator. Now 4 or 5 years back, content creation was the thing. 4, 5, 6 years back. Today also it has not disappeared, but with AI coming, it's slightly disappearing, and in due course of time it may not be seen as it was. So there are a number of jobs which will get reduced in terms of numbers, maybe advocates jobs, lawyers jobs, accountants job, many of the jobs which are routinely handled. So that is another dimension you have to see. So one is you have to see what is available today. Second is what will hold good in future. That's another dimension. Then you have to see what is it that you want it, okay, which is most important. So you want prestige, you want power, you want position, you want pay, you want peace. What is it that you want? That will determine the kind of job you want. For example, in government jobs, the salary may be lower comparatively, but the life is peaceful. So work-life balance is very good. You go for a startup, which we had not discussed yet.
Yes,
Go for a startup, either as an employee or as an entrepreneur. Your work-life balance is completely gone. So these are just few of the dimensions I said I'll just speak out now. Thank you.
So while they graduate, as you said कि जो आपका मन करे आप उस पर वो भी देखो. So there comes passion versus practicality. तो आप किसी चीज को अपना पैशन बना लेते हो, वहां पर अपना करियर डिसाइड करने के लिए व्हाट यू शुड सी, शुड यू बी गोइंग टुवर्ड्स योर पैशन और यू शुड बी सीइंग टुवर्ड्स द प्रैक्टिकलिटी साइड आल्सो, व्हिच यू सेड कि लॉन्ग टर्म भी देखना चाहिए. तो आपको क्या लगता है किस चीज को ज्यादा फॉलो करना चाहिए, दिल को? आई वुड से पैशन इज समवेयर डायरेक्टली रिलेटेड टू योर हार्ट बिकॉज दिस इज व्हाट योर हार्ट सेज, एंड प्रैक्टिकलिटी मतलब आपका दिमाग क्या कहता है?
आपका प्रश्न तो बहुत अच्छा है, लेकिन इसका उत्तर भी बहुत सीधा है, क्योंकि पैशन वर्ड कहना बहुत आसान होता है, उसको समझना और करना बहुत अलग होता है. तो मैं जो आपकी बात का जवाब देना चाहूँगा वो ये है कि पैशन शुड बी केप्ट एज ए हॉबी and practicality should be kept as a career. This is my general suggestion. But if somebody is totally committed to the passion, then one can make the passion as a career. One can be a musician, one can be a sports person, but then you should have उतनी लगन होनी चाहिए कि आप उसमें उतना improvisation करो कि आप उसमें टॉप पर जाओ. अगर उस लेवल का पैशन है, तभी मैंने कहा पैशन कहना आसान होता है. Passion as a word is just a word, but passion as a feeling If you really take it to extreme, then it can be converted into profession. Passion can be converted into profession, and one can really excel.
True.
But the percentage terms में उसका नंबर इतना कम होगा कि अगर जेनरिक स्टेटमेंट देना हो तो मैं यही कहूँगा कि पैशन को एज ए हॉबी रखना चाहिए और
Okay.
प्रैक्टिकली आपको उस तरफ ध्यान देना चाहिए जहाँ पोटेंशियल है, फ्यूचर है, स्कोप है।
राइट पर इसके साथ साथ सोसाइटल एक्सपेक्टेशंस भी सर बहुत हो जाते हैं मतलब आप जब ग्रेजुएट कर रहे होते हो स्टूडेंट माइट बी गेटिंग गाइडेंस एंड माइट बी गेटिंग एडवाइसेस फ्रॉम द फैमिली सिबलिंग्स से डिफरेंट थिंग्स फैमिली पेरेंट्स से डिफरेंट थिंग्स फ्रेंड्स से डिफरेंट थिंग्स सो हाउ वन शुड बैलेंस द सोसाइटल एक्सपेक्टेशंस एंड ऑल्सो योर पर्सनल इंटरेस्ट कि बेटा तुम अफसर बन जाओ मैं ये चाहता हूँ या sister says no you be an author I want this I'm slightly inclined towards this
आपने बहुत अच्छी बात कही है, इसको मैं यूपीएससी के टर्म्स में कन्वर्ट करता हूँ।
yes sir.
अब बच्चा 8वीं क्लास में पढ़ रहा है, उसके दादाजी और दादी जी चाहते हैं कि ये आईएएस ऑफिसर बने। अब दादा दादी नहीं, उसके नाना नानी और माँ बाप भी चाहते हैं कि आईएएस ऑफिसर बने। अब 8वीं क्लास के बच्चे को नहीं पता आईएएस ऑफिसर क्या होता है।
राइट
सो अब यहाँ पर देखिए सोसाइटी का प्रेशर आना शुरू हो गया और घर से ही रिश्तेदारों से आना शुरू हुआ। दिस इज वन लेवल। अब वो जाता है स्कूल में। अब मैं आपको 1998 में मैं एक सर्वे कर रहा था कि अंडर ग्रेड कोर्सेज में अमेरिका में इंडिया के कौन से बच्चे जाते हैं। आई वाज शॉक्ड टू सी दैट मोर देन 90% ऑफ द किड्स वर ऑल फ्रॉम डीपीएस कोर्स। 1998 की बात बता रहा हूँ, अब तो बहुत लोग जाते हैं। 98 में जो बच्चे गए थे फॉरेन में, यूएस में, अंडर ग्रेड में इंडिया से 90% से ज्यादा उनमें सब डीपीएस के बच्चे थे। दैट मीन्स इट वाज पीयर ग्रुप इन्फ्लुएंस। अगर मेरा साथी जा रहा है तो मैं भी जाऊंगा, राइट? तो पीयर ग्रुप स्कूल से आना शुरू होता है। तो एक घर से आया इन्फ्लुएंस, अब ये स्कूल से आया। नाउ द किड गोज टू a university or college. Okay, first year he is generally baffled and he is seeing the change and he is enjoying it. First year goes like that mostly. Second year one starts settling down and starts talking and realizing where the life is going. And the influence of the peer group starts, because that time in second year you are closer to third year and fourth year and you get influenced.
Yes.
And that is the time पता चला कि आपके यहाँ सिविल सर्विस की सोसाइटी है, आपके कॉलेज में, यूनिवर्सिटी में उसके फंक्शन हो रहे हैं, कोई टॉक देने के लिए बुलाया हुआ है।
We've been to many of the colleges these in this session.
Absolutely.
Especially,
and it is going on. It's increasing.
It's going on, and the societies अभी आ रहे हैं, and students are getting
more and more into it.
More into it.
So this is another influence which you get in the college time. This is the second type of influence. We are talking about who influences your choices.
Yeah.
Now we come to the third. The guy goes for a job through placement or directly or whatever, and he is working. After 1 or 2 years, then he realizes, no, I have come to a wrong line, wrong career. I should have gone for another career. So these changes can come, as you rightly said, from society, they may come from family, they may come from peer group, they may come from friends, they may be influenced by college, university, situational, contextual. बहुत लोग इन्फ्लुएंस करते हैं। तो ये सिर्फ आपकी सोच नहीं है, आपके आसपास वाले जो हैं, वो आपका जो वातावरण है वो आपको प्रभावित कर रहा है।
But sir, as a person who has mentored so many students, young age के students आपने mentor किया इन सबको, और आपका खुद का experience और आपकी advice क्या रहेगी ऐसे students के लिए कि what you should do basically? आप अगर second year में हैं तो आपको कब अपने career के बारे में सोचना चाहिए कि अब मुझे ये seriously लेना पड़ेगा? I have had my fun, now I want to study, or if I don't want to study, what do I want to do? तो आप क्या advice करना चाहेंगे उनको?
I think there is no practical formula for this, and there's no fixed quick fix for this. This will vary from individual to individual, and individuals keep changing, and their environment keeps changing, and they're a product of their environment, so their thinking keeps changing. So I don't think any particular point of time anybody can take a call. Why talk of others? In my own career, I have changed so many jobs so many times, and post facto, now I have realized that teaching was a good job. Post facto, that also I'm telling you post facto. So one goes through many changes and may not be able to find the true passion or true interest. This has happened in so many years with me. So I mean, what can I tell about others? I'll give you another example. Very interesting.
Yeah.
This boy was, he is a doctor now. Doctor means PhD doctor. He was doing chemical engineering from Roorkee, and he got placement from the campus in ITC. Very good job, very good placement. Worked there 1 or 2 years, did extremely well. As a ITC is again one of the best jobs, as we were talking. And then he went and appeared for CAT. He got called from the all IIMs. He got selected in all IIMs. So he came to meet me and he was telling me questions, answers in all his interviews. That was like a, textbook kind of material which I was hearing. I could not have thought anything better than what he was telling me. He got selected in all IIMs. He joined IIM Ahmedabad. Now, in IIM Ahmedabad again, he got, I think McKinsey most probably. He got one of the best companies as an intern. He got selected there also. He got what is called PPO, pre-placement offer. And he could have joined after IIM, but he decided to go for PhD in economics. Now, this is very interesting. Chemical engineering student doing MBA and going for economics PhD. He got admission in Columbia University. And within 1 year, Joseph Stiglitz, who is a Nobel laureate, he invited him to work with him within 1 year. So he did his PhD with Joseph Stiglitz. Okay. And he worked with 3-4 Nobel laureates there. Today, this boy is a assistant professor in University of Houston, their business school, and he came to meet me a couple of months back. He told me a very interesting story.
Yes, sir.
He said, "Sir, I got bored with academics." I said, "So what are you doing?" He said, "I got a job where I have to teach only one course in one semester. Other semester I have no course. They want me to represent in various international conferences, seminars of the things like climate change and upcoming things like use of AI and other kind of thing, because it increases the reputation and prestige of their university." So he is working there for uplifting the image of the university. Imagine, there is another dimension. आप थॉट देखिए, सोच देखिए, तो केमिकल इंजीनियरिंग का आदमी कहाँ से चलता हुआ कहाँ पहुंच गया और क्या कर रहा है. तो ये वाली जो चीजें जो आपने पूछी कि कब सोचना चाहिए और कैसे सोचना चाहिए, मेरे विचार से इसका कोई फिक्स्ड आंसर नहीं हो सकता. इंडिविजुअल के सर्कमस्टांसेस, इंडिविजुअल की सोच, इंडिविजुअल की मैच्योरिटी पर निर्भर करेगा. और बहुत सारे लोगों का सोच का तरीका अलग होता है कि भाई मेरे को जो पहली नौकरी मिलेगी मैं कर लूंगा क्योंकि मेरी फाइनेंशियल कंडीशन ठीक नहीं है. दैट्स वन वे ऑफ लुकिंग एट. दूसरे का ये है, मेरे को एंटरप्रेन्योर तो बनना ही नहीं, स्टार्टअप में तो मैं जाऊंगा ही ना, मैं स्टार्टअप करूंगा. मेरे खानदान में 3 पीढ़ी से सरकारी नौकरी करते हैं, मेरे को सरकारी नौकरी ही करनी. Again, it's a matter of thinking. Another is through the MNC route, I want to go to West Europe and I want to settle down in West Europe. Another thing.
So picking a thread from where you began, in 8th class कोई UPSC का सपना देखता है, किसी के पेरेंट्स देखते हैं. So what makes UPSC a career choice? और इतना बहुत ही different career choice है, बहुत ही it requires lots and lots of dedication, hard work. तो UPSC as a career choice को कैसे देखा जाता है? How does it seem?
UPSC एज ए हार्ड वर्क तो समझा जाता है, लेकिन वाई एंड हाउ हार्ड वर्क नहीं समझा जाता. ओके. नंबर 2, हर आदमी UPSC करके जाना चाहता है और हर आदमी समझता है कि सिर्फ IAS बनेगा, which is again a wrong thing.
Right.
Civil service or civil services, that's another word which quite often there's a discussion and debate. Is it civil service or is it civil services? So let me clarify that. Before independence, it was Indian Civil Service, and after independence, it is Indian Civil Services, which are 24 to 26 in number.
Yeah.
Okay. So you know that central services अलग होती हैं, all India अलग होती हैं, category A, category B अलग होती हैं. लोगों का जो परसेप्शन है उनको सिर्फ IAS दिखता है और उसकी पोजीशन और प्रेस्टीज को ही वो सिविल सर्विस समझते हैं, which is very wrong perception. But that is the perception. And I would say that most of the people get influenced, especially their parents or their society, their surroundings, they get influenced by the power. And I will use the word prestige, which is what draws many towards this service. Different people may have different reasons, but I would think that most of the people get into this because power and prestige, these two things. Otherwise देश की सेवा कर रहे हैं, डिसीजन मेकिंग का अवसर मिलेगा, लीडरशिप यंग एज में होगी, पॉलिसी मेकिंग कर लेंगे, एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन की इतनी कम उम्र में अपॉर्चुनिटी कम मिलती है, आई क्रिएट ए चेंज, ये सब चीजें बोली जाती हैं, विच इज पार्टली ट्रू बट नॉट मेंट, partly true but not meant. What is meant is power and position and prestige.
Sir, I would like to
Yeah.
take you back to the days when you were the panelist in UPSC exams. So उस टाइम पे आपने या कोई किसी भी पैनलिस्ट सर ने किसी ने ये पूछा कि why do you want to come into this service, तो कोई आपको ऐसा बहुत अच्छा आंसर लगा हो कि this is different from what others say and this seems to be very interesting.
मुझको ऐसा कुछ याद नहीं है और मेरे ख्याल से कोई ऐसा आउटस्टैंडिंग रहा भी नहीं होगा, होता तो याद भी रहता। तो काफ़ी रन ऑफ द मिल जवाब आते हैं इसमें, और वेरी फ्रैंकली दीज आर द टाइप ऑफ अपॉर्चुनिटीज वेयर द कैंडिडेट मे कम आउट विद समथिंग डिफरेंट to score marks. But very frankly, answer your question, I have not come across any such thing which I can recall.
And was there anyone जिसने बहुत honest answer किया हो, जो कि हम जब बात करें power, prestige, job security?
नहीं, power word किसी ने कभी use नहीं किया और शायद करेंगे भी नहीं. Prestige is what I would normally prefer as an answer from the candidate because that is truth and that is not wrong, right? But most of the people will say that I can make a change and it's an opportunity at a young age to get leadership, etc., and make a change. So मैंने जैसा आपको पहले ही बताया, मुझको लगता है बहुत ज़्यादा रन ऑफ द मिल आंसर्स आते हैं. मैं आपको दूसरा उदाहरण देता हूँ, पुलिस सर्विस का.
Yes, sir.
Indian police service. If I ask you what is the first function, first foremost role of police, तो एक run of the mill answer है maintenance of law and order. Obviously, standard answer.
Yes, sir.
No, that is not correct. Now, if you want to be different, your answer should be prevention of crime. Now, prevention of crime and then detection, identification, collection, preservation and presentation of the evidence in the court of law.
If that comes, of course, you
And then
earn
obviously
brownie
maintenance
points.
of law and order goes without saying.
Yes.
So आपको अगर नंबर चाहिए तो अगर आप डिफरेंटली थोड़ा सा अलग हटके और सही ठोक के बात नहीं करेंगे तो आपको नंबर कहाँ से मिलेंगे? So this most of the time, most of the people don't realize.
तो जो बातें सर आपने कही, if someone is 21 years old or 22 years old in their early 20s, what kind of mindset and what motivation should they have if they want to pursue civil services as their career?
It's a very good question again. You see, let me give you an example. If you're doing undergrad, say in Delhi University, you're studying in Miranda House or you're in Hindu College or St. Stephen, and you're doing BA.
Yes, sir.
And you get influenced and you've made up your mind that you'll go for civil service. Okay. Now, here the person, if the person is serious, sincere, committed to this, will have an advantage as a 21-year-old or 22-year-old to become an IAS officer and go to the position of cabinet secretary. Now, as against this, another person who was more interested in plan B as if IIT भी कर लिया, IIM भी कर लिया और 2 साल गोल्डमैन सैक की नौकरी भी कर ली, so that अगर UPSC में नहीं हो तो वापस इन्वेस्टमेंट बैंकर तो मैं बन ही जाऊँ. Now that guy will never become cabinet secretary because he has lost on the age. Now this is the difference in perspective of a 21 and 22 years versus 26 and 27 years starting the career. Because one should realize, which most of the people don't realize, it's a cadre-based service.
Yes, sir.
And another word for bureaucracy is hierarchy. It's a hierarchy-based service. Okay, you can't jump the gun. You have to be in the queue.
Right.
And most of the time, most of the things go by seniority. So if you're younger, you have more time to be in the queue. If you're not younger, you have less time to be in the queue. You see, if I'm very serious in my in early stages of college or later stages of school, I'm very serious that I have to become an IAS officer. So I would prefer to do BA, BCom or PSC, not BTech, not MBBS, right?
Right.
And I will do it from a place where I get peer group, where it is easier for me to learn the tricks of the trade.
Right.
Okay, again, colleges like Saint Stephen, Hindu, Miranda, and all that, because they are, it is established. Or for example, if I want to go to, say, Indian Forest Service, I should go to Tamil Nadu Agricultural University, because most of the people from Indian Forest Service come from Tamil Nadu Agricultural University. So I should plan myself in that direction. So it's a determination of the individual at that age,
Yeah.
which is not easy to come through.
And what are the general misconceptions about UPSC that you would want to clear up? बहुत चीजें आप सुनते होंगे, कभी आपको लगता होगा no, this is such a misconception.
आपने बहुत अच्छी बात कही. एक तो सबसे पहली बात तो ये कि सर्विस को लोग समझते ही नहीं. तो मिसकॉन्सेप्शन ये है कि अभी जैसे आप 2024 का एग्जांपल लें, ओके, आई थिंक 13.4 लाख पीपल अप्लाइड फॉर यूपीएससी सीएससी. उसमें से 5-6 लाख लोगों ने प्रीलिम्स दिया. अब आप वो गैप देखिए 13.4 और 5-6 लाख में, तो ये वो सब हैं जिनके दादा दादी कहते थे बेटा तुम आईएएस बन जाओ, जिन्होंने फॉर्म तो भर दिया और प्रीलिम्स भी नहीं दिया. सो दिस इज फर्स्ट लेवल ऑफ कट ऑफ.
राइट.
अब उसमें से आपने 14,627 बंदे आपने क्लियर किए प्रीलिम्स में, राइट, which is 0.27% of the people who applied. Just 0.27, 0.27%.
Yes.
Now 14,627 में से आपने 2,845 लोगों को इंटरव्यू के लिए बुलाया, राइट. So what is the ratio? 1 out of every 5, right?
Yeah.
2848 लोगों को आपने इंटरव्यू के लिए बुलाया. 1056 आपके पास वैकेंसीज हैं.
उससे भी कम आते हैं कभी-कभी तो.
So you are calling 1 out of the 3 in the final selection.
Yeah.
Last round में 1 out of 3, उससे पहले राउंड में 1 out of 5, उससे पहले राउंड में 0.27%. So imagine the difficulty levels in this examination. That is one which is not appreciated in the sense I am describing it to you. उस सेंस में नहीं समझ में आता. मोटा मोटा डिफिकल्ट एग्जाम है बोल देते हैं. कहाँ डिफिकल्टी है वो नहीं समझ. अदर मिसकॉन्सेप्शन इज पीपल हैव रॉन्ग अंडरस्टैंडिंग अबाउट बोर्ड्स, अबाउट इंटरव्यू मैकेनिज्म. आई थिंक उसमें काफ़ी उनको गलत फहमियाँ हैं लोगों को. एक तो बोर्ड हर हफ्ते चेंज हो जाता है, ये लोगों को नहीं पता, एक्सेप्ट द प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ द बोर्ड. बाकी मेंबर चेंज हो जाते हैं, मंडे से फ्राइडे तक रहते हैं. अभी जैसे इस बार 7 जनवरी से 17 अप्रैल तक हो रहा है. इट इज़ 14+ वीक्स. जब 6 मेंबर हैं यूपीएससी के, तो सब तो नहीं बैठ सकते इंटरव्यू लेने. 4 ने इंटरव्यू लिया और ये 14+ वीक्स चला. और हर वीक में बोर्ड का कंपोजिशन एक्सेप्ट द प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ द बोर्ड चेंज हुआ. नाउ दिस इज नॉट नोन टू द कैंडिडेट्स एंड दे विल कीप ऑन सेइंग ये बोर्ड अच्छा है, वो बोर्ड खराब है, इसमें ज्यादा पूछते हैं, उसमें कम पूछते हैं, इसमें कम इंटरव्यू हुआ, उसमें ज्यादा हुआ. वेयर स्लॉट्स आर फिक्स्ड. प्लस स्ट्रेस इंटरव्यू नहीं होता. और क्वाइट ऑफन मॉक में भी लोग कई बार स्ट्रेस इंटरव्यू कर देते हैं. और इंटरव्यू में क्या देखते हैं, दिस इज वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. इनफैक्ट अभी थोड़ी देर पहले ही हम लोग बात कर रहे थे. इंटरव्यू में क्या देखते हैं, दैट द पीपल हु कम देयर टू टेक इंटरव्यू आर नॉट टोल्ड व्हाट टू सी. इट इज नॉट रिटन एनीवेयर. So it is my perception as an advisor. What will I look into the candidate?
Yeah, I feel like it is something that
it is very broadly written in 1.5 lines. If you read the notification of UPSC interview का अगर आप पढ़ोगे, 1.5 लाइन में लिखा हुआ है कि वो क्या देखते हैं. And that's all. Now how do you interpret it?
Yeah.
Again,
it is something what you see in that person.
Absolutely.
It's not ki what you have to see.
Absolutely. For example, I see 5 things in a candidate, starting with first thing, I see integrity. Second, I see neutrality. Third, I see critical thinking or perspective. Fourth, I see communication skills. Fifth, I see leadership. Now, this is my way of looking at it.
Yes.
My colleague may look at it differently. He may have a different perspective.
True.
So, this is another thing which is not told to the advisor explicitly. अब वो जो हम लोग को लेटर आता है जिसमें बुलाया जाता है एज एडवाइजर, उसमें फिर वही 1-2 लाइनें लिखी होती है. इट्स नॉट वेरी अनलाइक एसएसबी जहाँ ठोक बजा के एक चीज. आपकी ग्रुप एक्टिविटी भी अलग से डिफाइंड है, आपका साइकोलॉजिकल टेस्ट भी, आपकी हर्डल्स भी, आपका लास्ट में प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ द बोर्ड से इंटरव्यू भी, सब चीज़ें बहुत क्लियरली डिफाइन। यहाँ पर नहीं है, इंटरव्यू में नहीं, एंड इंटरव्यू मार्क्स मैटर अ लॉट,
Yes, sir. I get that.
बिकॉज 1 आउट ऑफ 3 जो आप 2845 में से 1056 जो जाएंगे,
Mm-hmm.
इंटरव्यू मार्क्स आर गोइंग टू मेक मेजर डिफरेंस।
I
Right
was
or
coming
wrong?
to this question only, sir. I
जी
was picking one line from the previous interview जब हम
जी
कैंडिडेट के इंटरव्यू की बात कर रहे थे, तो you said one thing, a candidate should know when to stop.
एब्सोल्युटली।
So I was just picking line from there, and I am going to ask, when should an aspirant feel that I should stop now?
अगर सेकंड थर्ड टाइम तक अगर आपने क्लियर नहीं किया,
Yes.
तो या तो आपके पास प्लान बी होना चाहिए, राइट,
Right.
या आपको इतनी क्लियर अंडरस्टैंडिंग होनी चाहिए कि क्यों नहीं कर पाए, सो दैट फोर्थ टाइम में आप निकाल ही लो, राइट। सो आई वुड से फर्स्ट टाइम में काफ़ी लोग निकालते हैं, और आई वुड से दे आर रियली गुड, लेट मी टेल यू दैट, बिकॉज इंटरव्यू में हम लोग को बहुत लोग फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट वाले मॉक इंटरव्यू में बहुत लोग मिलते हैं, और काफ़ी लोग बहुत अच्छे मिलते हैं, और काफ़ी लोग ऐसे मिलते हैं जो इंटरव्यू बहुत ख़राब देते हैं, बिकॉज दे हैव नेवर बीन इन टू दिस मार्केट।
Yes.
आई एम यूजिंग द वर्ड मार्केट, क्योंकि इस मार्केट में बैठने का तरीका, बोलने का तरीका, क्वेश्चंस को हैंडल करने का तरीका बाकी इंटरव्यू से बिल्कुल अलग होता है। तो जो बेचारा फर्स्ट टाइम आया है उसको तो फील ही नहीं है
Right.
कैसे बैठ के कैसे आधा घंटा बात की जाती है, वो उसी में ही फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट वाला मार खा जाता है, राइट। सो सेकेंड थर्ड, लेकिन कुछ बहुत अच्छे लोग भी हैं फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट में क्लियर कर लेते हैं। सेकेंड थर्ड अटेम्प्ट तक वो बंदा काफ़ी मैच्योर और समझदार हो जाता है,
Yes.
और अगर वो थर्ड अटेम्प्ट तक नहीं क्लियर कर पाए तो सेकंड से थर्ड अटेम्प्ट के बीच में कहीं ना कहीं ऑल्टरनेट प्लान का सोचना जरूर चाहिए, ये मेरा ऐसा मानना है। दिस विल आल्सो डिपेंड ऑन मल्टीपल फैक्टर्स। वन इज हिज बैकग्राउंड,
Yeah.
इकोनॉमिक बैकग्राउंड, सोशल बैकग्राउंड। यू सी उस बंदे के पास चॉइसेस क्या हैं, मैं फैमिली के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से बात कर रहा हूँ,
True.
और उसकी इकोनॉमिक कंडीशन क्या है। अगर वो करोड़ बाग या मुखर्जी नगर में रह के
Mm-hmm.
वो पर ईयर इतने पैसे खर्च कर रहा है, वो किस बैकग्राउंड से आता है, कर भी सकता है कि नहीं कर सकता, देयर इज अ कॉस्ट टू इट।
Hmm.
I was just giving an example. One of my students who was attending my banking class in final year
Hmm.
mechanical engineering,
Hmm.
and he used to come and follow me 8 से 9 की मॉर्निंग में क्लास होती, तो मेरे घर आके मेरे साथ ब्रेकफास्ट करके जाता था, and every time he said he is going to appear in UPSC. I had no heart to tell him he is not a candidate for UPSC by any standard.
Hmm.
I could make out it's beyond him. He just cannot do it. I mean, that was my thinking. But how can you tell somebody that you're like
Not.
that? That too, a teacher will never tell a student. Anyway, the guy came.
Right.
He spent 4 or 5 years here. And then he came to meet me at my house before going back to Madhya Pradesh, to his hometown. I said, why are you going back? He said, I cannot ask for more money from my parents. I said, how are you managing? He said, I check the answer scripts of the UPSC aspirants and I get so much, 100 rupees per copy or whatever he said. So he was depending on that. I was still thinking, this guy, 5 years back, I was very clear he cannot clear it. Now, there was nobody to tell him that. Now, please remember that.
Yes.
So, do you have anybody who is making a realistic assessment for you? Now, there's a very important
That
input I am
matters.
giving. There's a very important input I am giving you.
Yeah.
Can there be, or is there any mechanism to stop people to even start attempting? I'm not talking about plan B, I'm talking about plan A.
Hmm.
कि भाई जब आप में शुरू करने का ही मादा नहीं है, तो आप 5 साल खराब करने के बाद अब प्लान बी की बात कर रहे हो, तो क्या बात कर रहे हो?
सर ये कैसे पता चलेगा कि हमारे स्टार्टिंग में ही हमारे अंदर वो नहीं है कि हम ये कर पाए?
I don't know. I mean, like I'm telling you based on my experience, because I've been in the market for 45 years, taking interviews of all kinds and seeing people of all kinds. I'm not just talking about UPSC.
कि sometimes students get demotivated कि मार्क्स कम है, 50-60% में है तो I can't do UPSC. बहुत बड़ी चीज बोल दी आपने तो। और अगर कोई टॉपर है तो you should surely go for UPSC because you're scoring 90
This
above.
is societal
Yes.
misinterpretation. Let me tell you
And
that.
this is what shapes their career choices also.
This is foolishness. अब यहीं पे फर्क है। अगर वो बंदा खुद smart है, he will not buy this nonsense.
Yes. Sir.
You see, a guy who means business will not buy this nonsense. You see, second class क्या third class भी हो, he can clear UPSC. What's the big deal?
Yes.
Right? और अगर टॉपर भी हो, कितने टॉपर के अच्छे लोग जो है वो क्लियर नहीं कर पाते, तो there's an element of luck also. There are so many things.
Yes, sir.
सो इसलिए इसमें मेरे को नहीं लगता कि कोई ऐसा वो है बिल्कुल इंडिविजुअल पे डिपेंड करता है दैट वन शुड बी एबल टू रियलाइज एंड डू सेल्फ असेसमेंट आल्सो आर यू कट आउट फॉर दैट और नॉट
Yes.
फॉर एग्जांपल अ पर्सन लाइक मी आई एम नॉट कट आउट टू बी एन एंटरप्रेन्योर अब मैं स्टार्टअप्स को भले ही लास्ट लॉट ऑफ मेंटरिंग करता रहूं
Hmm.
ज्ञान देता रहूं ये कर लो वो कर लो
Hmm.
टर्म शीट ऐसे बना लो पिच डेक ऐसे बना लो पर मेरे को खुद कल को अगर अपना स्टार्टअप लगाना हो मैं नहीं लगा सकता बिकॉज इट्स नॉट इन मी सो इफ इट इज नॉट इन यू टू बी ए यूपीएससी एस्पिरेंट यू बेटर डोंट स्टार्ट
Yeah.
तो वो वाली गलती करने का लॉट भी काफी बड़ा है ये मैं आपको बताना चाह रहा हूँ
And then, sir, उनके लिए बहुत मुश्किल हो जाता है if someone has attempted this exam for 5 times, for 6 times, then it's very tough for them to also think of some other career option. That is why we are doing this conversation also, that the plan B when it comes. So how should one pick up from somewhere जहाँ से उनको लग रहा था कि now I think I'm done. I won't be able to do anything from a dead end.
Very good. You asked again a very important question. This will also depend again on two things. One is आपकी qualification क्या है. You see a guy who has done only BA, BSc or BCom
Yes, sir.
versus a guy who has done BTech and MBA. दोनों के options अलग होंगे.
Right.
Okay, number one. Number two, जो करना क्या चाहिए is very important. I would think after second and third attempt, one should start building up on the alternatives. Now, what is building up on the alternative? You acquire skills. You see, we are moving in an era where skills are going to be more important.
Yes, sir.
आप ऑनलाइन कोर्सेज वो अटेंड करिए जो आपको यूपीएससी में भी हेल्प कर रहे हैं और आपको फ्यूचर जॉब में भी हेल्प कर रहे हैं एंड देयर आर प्लेंटी
For example.
You see a number of online courses on entrepreneurship for example say from Stanford University
Okay.
okay Coursera
Ministry of
एक
Skills
हार्वर्ड यूनिवर्सिटी का एक कोर्स है दैट इज कॉमर्शलाइजेशन ऑफ इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी राइट्स सपोजिंग आपने आर्टिकल छापे हैं या आपका कोई पेटेंट है या आप इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी राइट आपके सीवी में आपके डैफ में कहीं ना कहीं आ रहा है और उससे कनेक्टेड आप कोर्स कर रहे हैं जैसा मैंने ये उदाहरण दिया आपने कॉमर्शलाइजेशन ऑफ आईपीआरस दैट्स जस्ट एन एग्जांपल
Yes.
you may do astrology you may do astronomy you may do music you may do sports you may do anything
Yes.
okay you may do AI you may do ML you may do anything LLM NLP कुछ भी आप कर लीजिए तो online courses is one second is you should get into a physical activity which is again a thing which many of the aspirants don't do now physical activity could be either for sports or for music you get out of your shell and go for a change but that should be something which will help you in your next job mind it so you have to synergize these activities
Yeah. Okay.
जो आप स्टैंड बाय में एक्टिविटीज कर रहे हैं अपनी तैयारी के साथ
Yes, sir.
चाहे वो ऑनलाइन है और चाहे वो ऑफलाइन है ये चीजें आपको दोनों तरह से हेल्प करनी चाहिए यूपीएससी में भी मे बी इंटरव्यू इफ नॉट इन रिटर्न एंड ऑल्सो इन योर नेक्स्ट जॉब विच यू मे बी टारगेटिंग
Yes, sir. That
नाउ
was
आपकी अगर उम्र कम है ठीक है आप मान लो 21 पे आपने स्टार्ट किया अब आप 23 या 24 के हो मे बी यू कैन गो अब्रॉड फॉर PhD okay
How about MBA?
MBA is another very good option वो बात अलग है कि अब धीरे धीरे MBA की शाइन खत्म हो रही है because too much of supply as compared to demand that's number one number two in MBA also unless you're doing an MBA which is really purposeful meaningful like it includes data analytics and those kind of things application of data analytics in business for example so then it's going to be relevant and useful so to sum up after your second year you should start thinking of the alternative start working on it take some extra courses online which are relevant useful and synergize करना बहुत जरूरी है ऐसे ही आपकी फिजिकल एक्टिविटी वेदर इट इज स्पोर्ट्स और वेदर अब आप उसमें लिख रहे हैं अपनी हॉबीज में तो लिख रहे हैं आप क्रिकेट तो आप कम से कम क्रिकेट ही खेल आइए
Right. Sir, are there, could you please tell me about some example of those people who were not able to clear UPSC, but they are now doing wonders and they are doing very good in their life? You must have met such students, such aspirants.
I'll tell you about that, but before that, let me tell you in the previous question, we were talking about it. So one of my students
Mhm.
who was doing 5-year integrated in Roorkee, and from third year he was preparing. And I was sure that he'll crack it,
Okay.
and he was not cracking it at all. So I think after third attempt, he met me privately.
Mhm.
And he said, "Sir, I don't want to declare
Mhm.
to outside world, but I am wanting to join a job." I said, "Why?" So that was his plan B. And he joined a very well-known American multinational in night shift in Gurgaon
Okay.
as data analytics.
Mhm.
And he continued with his fourth and fifth attempt, which he could not clear.
Mhm.
And after 1 year, he was declared in that company as the best employee.
Wow.
So this is the first-hand case which I have come across where the person, 2 years before appearing in UPSC CSE, started preparing,
Yeah.
gave all his attempt, and to my understanding, he was a very fit candidate. He could not clear it, and every time he failed in a different and new thing. That was very
Okay.
interesting. And every time he came back with analysis why he failed. He never blamed the system. He never blamed anything.
Okay.
So that was very amazing. So he's doing pretty well in corporate world. So that's one which I know very closely.
Mhm.
Uh, Second, when I was coming here for this podcast,
Yes, sir.
one of my students who's become now senior IPS officer in Madhya Pradesh,
Mhm.
accidentally he called me up.
Okay.
So I told him I am going for this podcast. And what do you have to say on this?
Yes.
So he said the same thing, which I was thinking, that after second or third attempt, one should have plan B. So that was very interesting and very, I felt happy that what I was thinking was in the right direction.
I think everybody should think now that after 2-3 attempts, you should have plan B, because sir also emphasized it so many times, and it really makes sense, sir.
Not only that, in fact, this world is so much full of opportunities.
True.
And very frankly, to some extent, this service limits you in terms of your scope and activities because you are confined within the boundaries of the rules and regulations of this service. But if you are outside, you can keep changing jobs. You can keep
Yes, sir.
hopping from one job to another, one country to another, one discipline to another. So there's plenty to do in the world. What is good about UPSC is it gives you three extraordinary things. One is knowledge,
Yeah.
right?
360-degree knowledge.
Knowledge which is comprehensive.
Yeah.
Okay. जिसको बोलते हैं कूट के भर देने वाली नॉलेज, तो वो एक बहुत बड़ी चीज़ है। और दूसरी चीज़ जो है यहाँ पर जो आपको मिलता है वो आपको पर्सपेक्टिव मिलता है। आपको किसी चीज़ को जांचने की, समझने की, परखने की क्षमता मिलती है। वो किसी और तैयारी में नहीं मिलती। ये बड़ी अमेजिंग चीज़ है। और तीसरी चीज़ जो आपको यहाँ मिलती है, डिसिप्लिन मिलता है, क्योंकि आपको पढ़ने के लिए अगर आप डिसिप्लिन नहीं है तो आप यूपीएससी क्रैक कर ही नहीं सकते। तो ये 3 अमेजिंग चीज़ हैं। मुझको एक इंसिडेंट याद आ जाता है। ईयर 2000 वी इनवाइटेड प्रोफेसर सिरोही. He was the director of IIT Delhi.
Okay.
And so he posed a question to our deans and some senior professors sitting there. Why do you think MNCs come and pick up IIT students? No. Obviously, many other people said, intelligent hote hain ladke ye वगैरह. He said, no. The American companies come to pick up IIT students because they have cracked JEE, not because they are intelligent. Now that was an eye opener for me.
Okay.
तो मतलब कंपनीज इसलिए उनको ले जाती कि वो हार्ड वर्किंग है, उन्होंने तैयारी करके कंपटीशन क्लियर किया। इंटेलिजेंस का यहाँ कोई मतलब नहीं है। तो यूपीएससी वाले वो जो डिसिप्लिन का एंगल है, नॉलेज का एंगल है, और जब हम नॉलेज की बात करते हैं तो नॉलेज स्टार्ट्स फ्रॉम फ्रॉम पॉलिटी, सोसाइटी, इकोनॉमी, governance or administration.
Yes, sir.
So it is so vast and it is so encompassing and it is so real. Okay, as against academic knowledge. तो ये सारे जो गुण आपको यूपीएससी में मिलते हैं, इसको अगर आप बाद में कहीं और प्रयोग ना कर पाए, that is a bad luck. I mean, that is a sad story. So those who have not cleared UPSC, I never feel bad about them. Let me tell you that very frankly. I tell you very often people ask me, आप अक्सर बोलते हो लोग अमेरिका जाना बड़ा आसान है, अमेरिका जाना बड़ा आसान है, हैं? तो मैं बोलता हूँ हाँ बहुत आसान है। तो बोलते कैसे? मैं तो आपको बहुत सारे बैकडोर एंट्री के रूट बता सकता हूँ। बोले कैसे? मैंने कहा आपने अमेरिका का नक्शा देखा है कभी? अमेरिका नक्शे में राइट हैंड साइड पे टॉप पर एक स्टेट है जहाँ नियाग्रा फॉल है, उसका नाम है मेन, MAINE। और लेफ्ट हैंड साइड पे टॉप पे एक स्टेट है बिल्कुल कनाडा से टच करता हुआ, उसका नाम है वाशिंगटन। ठीक है, ये दोनों स्टेट बहुत गरीब हैं, बहुत पुअर हैं, बहुत अंडर डेवलप्ड। वहाँ की किसी भी यूनिवर्सिटी में खराब वाली में एडमिशन ले लो, खराब वाले कोर्स में आपको स्टूडेंट वीसा मिल जाएगा, खर्चा मिनिमम होगा, वहीं पे छोटी मोटी नौकरी करके खर्चा आपने निकाल लिया। अमेरिका में क्रेडिट्स ट्रांसफरेबल है, 1 या 2 सेमेस्टर के बाद आप वहां से निकल लिए, बेटर यूनिवर्सिटी में चले। I know of professors in good universities who have come through these routes in America. There are lots of backdoor entries, including in IITs in India. There are lots of backdoor entries everywhere. So, आपने होमवर्क कितना किया है, आपने तैयारी कितनी की है, आपका पैशन क्या है? आपका पैशन मेरे को अमेरिका जाना है तो अमेरिका जाने के 50 रास्ते हैं, खाली डंकी रूट से जाना जरूरी नहीं है।
राइट, वो बहुत ही नुकसान दे सकता है, और हमने we saw that recently few months ago.
That is the difference in terms of awareness and knowledge. You see,
Yeah.
if you don't know and if you are not aware, people will fool you. That's what happens with people who are ignorant.
True.
यही तो फर्क होता है, और क्या
And
फर्क
it's also not good for our country and the image of our country as well.
Obviously.
Right. So वहीं से एक अगला सवाल भी है कि can the UPSC preparation it open doors in other places also, in other arenas as well, like the think tanks, the NGOs, the policy making, journalism? How do you see that? Because you said now
Absolutely right.
They prepared for this exam, so
absolutely right. Or what all you said, think tank में जाना, policy matters में जाना, policy research में जाना, ये सब चीजें तो ऑटोमेटिक है, नेचुरल है कि the person who has prepared for it, he has gone through this, he knows the things. Maybe he may not know methodology which he'll learn after he joins there.
Yes sir.
But he knows the basics. Okay. तो इसका एडवांटेज बिल्कुल लेना चाहिए. So this is a very good direction. This question of individual choice, again I go back to that. You see, the people who come from say rural background and who come from relatively poor or economically poor background, they may still want government job, mind it.
Yeah.
So they may go for competitive exams, they may go for PCS, they may go for state administrative services, they may go for bank PO's job.
Yes.
So it is not necessary that they will go for these kind of jobs which you described, and these jobs look very polished and decent and nice, but look at their numbers, is limited, mind it.
Yes.
So it is easier said than done. Look at the numbers in State Public Service Commission, look at the numbers in bank POs. Why will they not go there, right? So I would broadly put them in 4 categories. One is government jobs, other than what they have missed. State government, central government, there are plenty of other opportunities. CAPF कर सकते हैं, बहुत सारी opportunities हैं.
Yes.
Second is the kind of jobs which you said, policy research and something like NGO variety. Okay.
Yes.
That is second. Third, I would put as corporate. Corporate is equally important. They can get into corporate. And corporate, I am including startups.
Yes, sir.
And the last, I am taking academics. So there are some very bright toppers who would have topped in UG or PG earlier, and they may like to go and pursue their academic career. There's absolutely nothing wrong. They may be late. They may be late wherever they may be, but it hardly matters. Because in the long run in life, you see, it may matter in civil service that you don't become cabinet secretary. वहाँ एज मैटर करती है, लेकिन किसी और फील्ड में कोई आदमी 40 साल का है, 45 साल का है, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता कहीं और.
Right.
तो including academics.
Talking about the corporate sector, would you like to distinguish between the person who's in a corporate sector and the person who is a civil servant? वो क्या role उनका रहता है in the nation's development? I know the answer, of course, they have the different roles, but I would like to listen from you कि किसका role ज़्यादा लगता है और किसका role ज़्यादा broad लग रहा है?
देखिए, सच बात यह है कि आंसर जो आपने कहा, आंसर तो वही है, लेकिन वो आंसर को अगर थोड़ा सा उसको बारीकी में जाए तो वो नहीं रह जाता आंसर, ये भी बता दूं. सिविल सर्वेंट का फिर मैं बोलता हूँ हर बार घुमा फिरा के सिविल सर्वेंट सिर्फ IAS को माना जाता है, और आईएएस में भी जो पिक्चर बनती है वो बनती है या तो डिस्ट्रिक्ट मजिस्ट्रेट की या सेक्रेटरी की, चाहे स्टेट गवर्नमेंट का हो चाहे सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट का हो। अब बहुत सारी नौकरियां ऐसे हैं इवन आईएएस की।
Yes, sir.
I'm limiting myself to IAS. I'm not talking about IRS. I'm not talking about accounts and audit. I'm not talking about revenue service. I'm not talking about those things.
Yes, sir.
तो उसमें उतना ज़्यादा उनका कोई वो नहीं होता इम्पैक्ट। इन्फ्लुएंस हो सकता है, इम्पैक्ट नहीं होता। देयर इज अ डिफरेंस।
Yes.
इन्फ्लुएंस इसलिए हो सकता है बिकॉज यू आर सिटिंग इन सीट ऑफ पावर। इम्पैक्ट नहीं हो सकता बिकॉज यू आर डूइंग रन ऑफ द मिल काइंड ऑफ जॉब। ओके, देयर इज अ
Yes.
डिफरेंस बिटवीन इन्फ्लुएंस एंड इम्पैक्ट। Now, coming back to the corporate guy, okay, अब corporate guy में भी दो तरह का है। एक वो होता है जो नए प्रोजेक्ट लगाते हैं,
Mhm.
उनकी लाइफ और उनकी स्टाइल, उनका जीवन बिल्कुल अलग होता है। सेटिंग अप ए न्यू प्रोजेक्ट एनीवेयर इज अ डिफरेंट कॉर्पोरेट लर्निंग एंड एक्सपीरियंस।
Right.
एंड दोज हु पुट अप न्यू प्रोजेक्ट आर नेवर गुड इन मेंटेनेंस जॉब्स। वो रूटीन की कंपनीज नहीं चला पाते, और जो रूटीन की कंपनी चलाते हैं वो प्रोजेक्ट नहीं लगा पाते। दैट्स नंबर वन। नंबर टू, are you into innovation? Are you into something new? Are you acquiring new companies? Are you developing new products? Are you empowering your employees? So the role can be broadened. But if it is not broadened, और अगर हम लिमिटेड लेंस से देखें तो कॉर्पोरेट जॉब में क्या रखा है बताइए? थोड़े से टारगेट होते हैं, थोड़ी सी पॉलिटिक्स होती है, इसको मारा, उसको पीटा, इसको इधर किया, उसको उधर किया, टारगेट अचीव किया, प्रमोशन लिया, और क्या है कॉर्पोरेट जॉब में? और क्या होता है? दिस वन वे ऑफ लुकिंग एट।
Yes.
अनदर वे ऑफ लुकिंग एट इज एज आई डिस्क्राइब्ड, यू कैन रियली ब्रिंग अबाउट ए चेंज। आफ्टर ऑल, अभी स्टारलिंक ने जो किया, या मस्क जो उसको बचा के लाया है,
Sunita Williams.
सुनीता विलियम्स को,
And
I mean, see the
Wilmore.
kind of contribution. He is a businessman. So it's a way of looking at things, and they create jobs. So IAS officer, yes, generally speaking, where you started from, you are absolutely right, and I am with you.
Yes, sir.
But if you go into details, individual, it is individual who makes the difference. So there are a lot of people in civil service who, after getting selected, do nothing. This is also true.
That is why I wanted the answer from you, sir. I
Because there
know.
are lots of people who do
Yeah.
absolutely nothing, because it's a tragedy in this country that a politician has to go back to public to seek votes to get re-elected, but a civil servant once selected is almost never accountable. I'll tell you a story. Once a very senior IAS officer told me कि मेरी रिपोर्ट पहली बार खराब हो गई ACR. I said, क्या हो गया? Well, the first time in my life, I have not been given outstanding in my report. So I was narrating it to another IAS friend, senior friend. He said, what bullshit. All officers always get outstanding.
Right.
So if he has not got outstanding, there's nothing unusual.
Okay.
So imagine, I mean, like, आपको हर एक आदमी को आउटस्टैंडिंग रिपोर्ट मिलती है, आप वापस नहीं जाते हैं, आपकी कोई वो नहीं है, evaluation mechanism नहीं है. Only thing is you will not become secretary. You will not. This is also true. I mean, like, there are things, but there are no going back to public or exam or
Right.
accountability के standards तो नहीं है ना.
Right.
That's true.
Sir, if somebody wants to be an entrepreneur, or if we talk about the startups, doing MBA, let's talk about first entrepreneurship and startups. How do you see it as a career option after you're done with your preparation of UPSC and you've not cleared the exam?
I'll tell you, जो लोग यूपीएससी में अपीयर होते हैं उनके बैकग्राउंड डिफरेंट हो सकते हैं और होते हैं. अब आपकी फैमिली ने पुश किया तो आप यूपीएससी में बैठ गए आके, जबकि आपका माइंडसेट एंटरप्रेन्योरियल है. दैट कुड बी एन एग्जांपल ऑफ व्हाट यू आर. So 2 अटेम्प्ट दी, 3 अटेम्प्ट दी, you could not clear it, but basically in the hearts of heart you are an entrepreneurial person. You want to develop something new. You are innovative and you have risk-taking capacity.
Yeah.
So those who leave this and can go back to get into a startup mode, it's perfectly fine. And I know many of them. I think I know some of the IRS officers also who have left after joining UPSC. I'm not talking about those who have not cleared it, but even those who have cleared it, they have left it. They've started up their own coaching centers, for example. This is also entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
They've gone into their own businesses, which is perfectly fine. And many of them lately I'm seeing they're using AI, ML, and they're developing products and services to help the new aspirants.
Right.
So I see it's a very good option. There's nothing wrong provided you have orientation, passion, and interest. Otherwise, startup, as I told in my own case, if it is not in me, it is not in me. So you cannot push it into somebody.
Yeah, but talking about startups these days, we are seeing that startups mostly, generally, they focus upon the things like saman idhar se udhar pahuncha diya. Most of the startups are now like this only these days. So, what would you like to tell to those aspirants also and to the students who want to have their career as opening a startup? कि आपको क्या करना चाहिए? कोई ideas of a startup that you have in your mind?
Yeah. I think what you're telling is right. And unfortunately, in India, people have largely behaved like aggregators or creating aggregator platforms.
Who funds the startups?
अब जो फंडिंग होती है, मैं आपको
हम्म।
उदाहरण देता हूँ, कुछ साल पहले फंडिंग होती थी आइडिया के ऊपर बेस्ड, फिर उसके बाद आया कि बंदे के ऊपर बेस्ड, टीम क्या है, को फाउंडर कौन है,
राइट।
सिंगल को फाउंडर है, उसकी उम्र ज्यादा है तो उसको पैसे नहीं देते, ये मर गया तो क्या होगा, हमारे पैसे गए। को फाउंडर 2 हैं, 3 हैं, 4 हैं, कितने हैं और कैसे हैं, उनके रिलेशंस क्या है, हैव दे बीन क्लास फेलोज, हैव दे बीन स्कूल टाइम फ्रेंड्स, वो सब देखा जाता है, उसका टीम देखी जाती है। अब जो लेटेस्ट आया है दैट आई एम शेयरिंग विद यू इज बेस्ड ऑन इज देयर एनी इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी राइट इन्वॉल्व्ड और नॉट। अगर आईपीआर है, कोई पेटेंट है, कोई नई चीज है जो इन्होंने रजिस्टर कराई हुई है एज इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी राइट, और उसके बेसिस पे ये स्टार्टअप बन रहा है, तो उसकी वैल्यूएशन में फर्क आ जाता है। तो दैट इज द आंसर टू योर क्वेश्चन। तो ये जो कॉपी पेस्ट वाला है, इट्स ऑन द डिक्लाइन, द अदर वन इज ऑन द राइज, but these things take time. It is done at different level. The lowest level is called bootstrapping, वो अपने खुद के पैसे होते हैं। उसके बाद एंजल फाइनेंसिंग होती है। हिंदुस्तान में आप समझ लीजिए 1 लाख से रुपए से लेके मे बी 1 करोड़ रुपए तक या 2-4 करोड़ तक, दैट इज कॉल्ड एंजल फंडिंग। उसके ऊपर के लेवल पे इट्स कॉल्ड वेंचर फंडिंग। तो अलग अलग लेवल्स होते हैं।
लास्ट वाली taking also initiatives to fund the startups in a way.
Government of India, not only Government of India, some institutions like HDFC Bank,
yes,
and many other institutions like Indian Oil Corporation, they have established funds who help to give the money in the early stages, and this is being routed through incubation centers of universities. So I'm in some committees where people like me, and of course from the market, they do evaluation. तो वो पैसे नॉर्मली जो है 10-20 लाख से 50 लाख रुपए तक पर कैंडिडेट हम लोग देते हैं, चाहे डेट में या इक्विटी में। तो अर्ली स्टेज में देते हैं, तो वो दे आर मोर लाइक इंसेंटिव इन द अर्ली स्टेजेस, सो दैट ए प्रॉपर कमिटी असेसेस देम। गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया के भी हैं, प्राइवेट भी हैं, दोनों तरह से।
ओके, सो कमिंग बैक टू माय क्वेश्चन कि एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप एंड स्टार्टअप करने से जो अगर एस्पिरेंट, इफ द पर्सन हैज नॉट क्लियर द एग्जाम एंड नाउ गोइंग टुवर्ड्स दिस, so what mindset should that person have ki I might succeed, I might not succeed, so should I be taking this as a career option, or should I be switching to some other course? For example, let's do MBA. I might be able to find some secure job. So how do you see that?
अगेन पहली चीज तो है उसका पैशन क्या है। अगर वो कंफ्यूज है, जैसे आपका जो सवाल है, आई टेक इट दैट वे, कि उसको समझ में नहीं आ रहा मैं एंटरप्रेन्योर बनूं या मैं MBA करूं या मैं नौकरी करने जाऊं, दिस इज योर क्वेश्चन। तो देखिए, एंटरप्रेन्योर बनने के लिए मैं आपको बता दूं, फॉर एग्जांपल, इफ यू हैव नॉट डन योर बेसिक्स एंड होमवर्क, यू शुड नॉट गेट इनटू इट। आई विल गिव यू एग्जांपल। डिफेंस के जो सारे जो स्टार्टअप्स हैं, उनकी कहानी बिल्कुल अलग है, क्योंकि उसमें NDA होता है, नॉन डिस्क्लोजर एग्रीमेंट, टू स्टार्ट विद।
ओके,
यू हैव टू बी क्वाइट, मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम इट इज सीक्रेटिव। इसका संसार अलग है, डिफेंस टेक का। एडुटेक में अनफॉर्चुनेटली हर बंदा कोचिंग 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 के सिवा एडुटेक में कुछ नहीं कर रहा है। या दूसरे ये जो अनअकैडमी टाइप के आए थे, जो ऑनलाइन मटेरियल देने वाले, इस दो के सिवा कुछ हो ही नहीं रहा, विच सैडन्स मी। सो आई सी लॉट्स एंड लॉट्स ऑफ पोटेंशियल इन एजुकेशन, बट देन उस बंदे को खुद को एजुकेशन में इंटरेस्ट होना चाहिए। एग्रीकल्चर इज अनदर। आपको एग्रीकल्चर में करना है तो ICAR में जाइए, वहां जाके देखिए पूसा में कि किस टाइप, वहाँ इंक्यूबेशन सेंटर बहुत अच्छा है, देखिए क्या हो रहा है। IIM काशीपुर में बहुत अच्छा एग्रीकल्चर का इंक्यूबेटर सेंटर है, वो देखिए, एंड देन यू गेट ए फील कि आपको करना भी है कि नहीं करना, राइट। तो वन इज डूइंग योर होमवर्क which includes, for example, अगर आप एजुकेशन पे कर रहे हैं, आपको एजुकेशन स्ट्रक्चर भी नहीं पता कंट्री का,
makes no
आपको
sense.
ये भी नहीं पता कि ये कंकरेंट सब्जेक्ट है,
Right.
आपने नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी पढ़ने का कष्ट भी नहीं किया, और आप एडुटेक कर रहे हैं, तो आई डोंट थिंक दैट्स द राइट वे ऑफ गोइंग अबाउट. दैट्स वन.
Okay.
सेकंड, आप में दम है कि नहीं. तीसरा, आपके पास पैसे हैं कि नहीं स्टार्टअप के लिए. चौथा, कैन यू फंड योर सेल्फ 1 or 2 years. 1-2 साल तो आपको अपने को संभालना पड़ेगा. तो ये सब चीज़ें अगर आप नहीं देखोगे तो स्टार्टअप की बात करना बेकार है.
So
Right.
again, then if the person is from economically backward type, who doesn't have money, the family doesn't have this much of money, फिर तो इसका मतलब that person will always be stuck in that loop of government services
No.
only.
No. This person can join a startup
Okay.
as an employee.
Right.
You see, there are ways and means for everything. It is the ingenuity of the person to do things. मेरे पास कुछ भी नहीं है, पर मेरे पास पैशन है एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप का. मैं स्टार्टअप में नौकरी करता हूँ. मैं नौकरी करता हूँ, हो सकता है मेरे को स्टॉक ऑप्शन मिल जाए अगर मैं अच्छा हूँ. मेरे को स्टॉक ऑप्शन मिलेंगे, पैरेलल में मैं अपना प्रोडक्ट करना, डेवलप करना स्टार्ट करता हूँ. मेरा अपना स्टार्टअप धीरे धीरे 2-4 साल में खड़ा हो जाएगा. There are ways and means of doing things. So I don't think it's difficult. It is mindset again. Mindset ये है, मेरे परदादा ने नौकरी की सरकारी, मेरे दादा ने की, मेरे फादर ने की, मैं भी वही करूँगा. राइट. तो भाई जब माइंडसेट ही नौकरी करने का है तो आप कहाँ से एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप कर लेंगे. So it's a question of mindset, largely mindset. Today choices are plenty.
So my next question to you would be, what would you like to say about those who want to pursue higher education, who want to go in that field? What would you like to tell to those students?
I would think that's a great option, despite the recent turbulence in America in terms of visas and all that. I think that is to be taken in 2 different ways. One is, are you going for an academic career, or you're going for a non-academic corporate career? Okay. Now, if you're going for an academic career, the choice of university could be anywhere in the world, whichever university is good for whatever. For example, you can go to Hong Kong University for biotech.
Okay.
Or you can go for agriculture and biotech for Australian universities, for example. Canadian universities are again very good in many ways. So you can pick up any university. CERN in Switzerland is very good for physics research, for example. Berlin is very good again. Berlin University is very good in many ways. So not to talk of Oxford, Cambridge, etc. So different places can be picked up for academic. The choices are much bigger and wider. When we are talking about non-academic, there it becomes an issue.
Okay.
Now there it becomes an issue because if you are going there, the cost of education becomes higher if the placement is better. For example, if you do MBA, it costs you much more. But if you do MS, cost is much less.
Okay.
If you do MA, cost is still less. But your salary after MA will be less. After MS will be more. After MBA will be more. So you may have to borrow. Now borrowing is easy, especially abroad.
Okay.
But if you have to repay, you have to stay in that country. That realization should be there and understanding should be there right in beginning.
That you have to stay there.
You have to stay there to be able to pay back.
Right.
So when you pay back and when you start living there, most of the time you get used to the place and the culture of the place, and especially the work culture. And then if you happen to get married, the different kind of issues start back home.
Yes.
So that changes the dynamics of your life, both professional and personal and family. But coming back to our topic, my advice is your terminal degree. When I say terminal degree, means last degree, should be of the country where you have decided to live. That's my suggestion. Now let me give you an example. There are a number of courses in America which are 1-year courses.
Yes, I was coming on the duration only.
So there are a number of courses which are 1-year courses or maybe 15 months courses like data analytics.
Yes, sir.
Courses relating to AI, ML applications. If you do that, you get very good placement. Fees is something like $100,000 and the placement is also something like $100,000. I'm giving you a real example.
Okay.
So once you have done 2-3 years job, then you go back to Ivy League MBA program. Right? So your terminal degree will be MBA. Likewise, your terminal degree sometimes could be PhD. So you've done BTech in India, you do some 1-year course in America, and again you become data scientist, not data analyst. And then you go and do your PhD in AI or ML. Okay, so your terminal degree is PhD in that case, not MBA. So my only suggestion is you should do your terminal degree in the country where you have to live, because your long-term career will depend on your last degree. Supposing you've done BTech in India and you've done MS and PhD in America, they will always look at your last 2 degrees. They'll never bother BTech India mein kahan se kiya.
Right.
Same holds good for any other degree. So for higher education, my suggestion is this.
And kuch aspirants and kuch students, they have this doubt in their mind that they need GMAT. Of course, they need in some of the courses for entry into the higher courses. So if they are not good at maths, how should they proceed? Is there any other course that you would like to recommend which doesn't have mathematics as a basic requirement? Mathematics, or I would say the quant and GMAT that they have to prepare for.
बहुत सारे कोर्सेज बहुत सारी यूनिवर्सिटीज़ में ऐसे हैं जिसमें GMAT नहीं चाहिए होता. Let me give you an example. You go to University of Minnesota, one of the very good universities. There is one course called MGIS. MGIS, Masters in GIS, Geographical Information System.
Okay.
Now, GIS is somewhere part of computer engineering, somewhere part of geography department. Now, in University of Minnesota, this being part of geography department, your GRE is not required.
Okay, GMAT, GRE, yes.
Right? So, this example I am giving as a specific example. So, if you're slightly smart, I'll use the same old example. You pick up a very good university and pick up a very bad course. So, the fees will be less. You will not have to do all these exams, GRE, GMAT, etc.
Yes.
Land up there once,
Yes.
start taking side courses because you can take credits.
Right.
And that's a way forward. So, there are ways of doing things.
Yeah, it's such a good advice. I think I would like this to go, of course, because students will be very benefited. They will be benefited by this advice of yours. So, I think, sir, आपने काफी अच्छे ideas दिए, and I hope that those who are viewing this podcast, you might be getting some ideas from Nangya sir. Sir, my last question would be, what advice would you like to give to those who have failed in some exam and want to start again or start something else? आपकी एक advice क्या होगी उनको? I know we've been talking about this for so long.
I'm very clear for one thing, that any preparation you've done for any competition, including UPSC, makes you a better person. That realization should come because you have prepared, mind it. That means you have studied, you have spent time, you have been disciplined, and all those qualities will help you in all your life. ये इसको पॉजिटिव तरीके से लेने का है, और अगर आप किसी चीज़ में फेल हो जाते हैं तो दैट मीन्स यू आर डेस्टाइंड, और यू आर डेस्टाइंड फॉर अ डिफरेंट डायरेक्शन. सो यू शुड रीडिस्कवर योर डायरेक्शन ऑल ओवर अगेन एंड गो फॉर द नेक्स्ट किल. आई एम यूजिंग द वर्ड किल बिकॉज उतनी एनर्जी और उतनी ताकत और उतनी क्षमता से आगे बढ़ना चाहिए. अगर आप अच्छे माइंडसेट में रहेंगे, I see no reason one can be successful anytime, anywhere, in any way. So if you have a positive mindset, go ahead and win the world. And the whole world is in front of you.